The sole proprietorship is the most common form of business organization in the U.S. With over 23 million people as sole proprietors, this type of business represents 73% of all businesses in the U.S. today. For anyone learning about business accounts, this is a great place to start. In this lesson, you'll learn about the key characteristics of a sole proprietorship. Meet Lucy. She's been giving advice in her neighborhood since she was a young girl. With her advice business booming, she's in need of a business checking account to make things easier. Since Lucy is the sole person involved in this business venture, she made a decision to function as a sole proprietor for now. A sole prop is the easiest business type to start and operate. You don't need to formally register your business with your state like corporations or LLCs do, but there are some disadvantages to a sole proprietor business which Lucy had to consider. But let's start with some pros. This business type is very unique. It's easy to form, and Lucy's not required to register with her state. It's easiest to run with no regulations about having a board of directors or meeting minutes or annual meetings. Lucy's the only person involved. The owner, or Lucy, is in complete control of the business, not having to answer to anyone. And Lucy gets all of the profits of the business, not having to share with anyone. A disadvantage, of course, is that she must also take all of the losses. Lucy's personal, legal, and personal financial situation and that of the business are one and the same. That means a business bankruptcy affects her personally, and any lawsuits against the business can affect her as an individual and her family. Additionally, the sole prop requires her to pay income taxes and self-employment tax on the entire income of the business. But Lucy's considered all of the pros and cons and made her decision to operate as a sole proprietor. Now she'll make a few more decisions as she gets started. Her business name, tax identification number, and any licenses required. First, she needs to decide on a business name. She can use her own name or decide on something creative. She'll go with that. For the business tax identification number, she decided to use her Social Security for the business, which she's allowed to do since she has no employees, but she has the option to obtain an EIN if she ever decides to go that route. Finally, Lucy needs to confirm any appropriate licenses. Depending on the business type she's starting, she may need to get a business license, professional licenses, and/or permits. For example, if she chose to provide food, she'd need a health permit. Her business is primarily advice, which may require additional licenses depending on the type, like giving financial advice versus psychiatric advice would require different things, so she'll need to do some research on what is required to practice in her state. Additionally, Lucy should consider some additional insurance, but will get legal counsel to advise her on what she should have in place to protect herself. So what does Lucy have to bring to the bank if she wants to open an account? Answer: nothing. She would only need proof of an EIN if she decided to obtain one, but since she's going to start her business under her social, she just needs to bring her own personal identification. Now that you have some background information on Lucy and a sole proprietorship, let's dive in, do some profiling, and open an account for Lucy.